So others can put their video off, and then we'll put it on while taking questions. All right, friends. So welcome. This evening we are going to discuss about child psychology and play therapy. Let me begin by talking about myself for a little bit. I am a psychotherapist. I did not must do my bachelor's in psychology first, but in the last year of my extension education studies, I had a subject of psychology, and that was about child development. I just fell in love with it, and after that, I did my distance education, bachelor's in psychotherapy, and master's in psychotherapy. After doing all that, also I realized that when you have to take a session, you still don't know how the session flow will go, and it became particularly more challenging because I was doing behavior theater back then, in which you could modify the behavior of children through theater exercises and games. And I was really having a lot of success in those group activities. Still, some of the parents told me to take their children individually, and that's where I fell really short of skills as a psychologist. And then I saw all the parents were struggling, with how to communicate to children effectively, and how to get it out of their systems what's going on with them. So I did a course in play therapy, of course. I studied, and I started working with a lot of children. So much so that all my counselor friends started referring all the kids to me because they didn't know how to handle children. And some 10 years back, a Montessori teacher principal approached me, and she said that she would like me to do a play therapy and child psychology workshop for her teachers and parents alike. And I did that, and I put in very basic elements. So, like, I'm not teaching rocket science. I just put in basic elements of what are the challenges that this particular generation has as compared to our generation. How do you understand this generation, and how do you address it? And I figured out that the main problem is that the teachers who are handling children know the curriculum, they don't know the psychology. The parents who are handling the children are full of love. They know that they are here to give and that they have to give, nurture, care. But how to do it within a framework in which they can also establish healthy boundaries was something that was even not known by the parents. And the parents and the teachers after that workshop gave me an excellent feedback that encouraged me to do more and more workshops, and I kept on doing them for schools and parents, and largely very young school parents, like kindergartens, Montessori's, and grew on to primary school. So I think I've been to many schools in Mumbai addressing parents on how to work with it, and I started doing these workshops once in a while. And I today realize that, looking at the number of children cases who come to me and looking at the complexity of the scenario that is being offered to the children via the media, via the environment, via the neutral family setup, via confused parenting styles, that I thought it is very important that anybody who's dealing with children, be it a parent, be it a teacher, be it an educator, has to have some handle over the basic psychology of children of today. So that's how this course came up, and I divided the course in two parts. One is the child psychology, and the second is play therapy. You can easily put in a message while playing. I'm not talking of sports here, okay? It's not ground sports. It's a play session which you do with your children sitting in a room using a few techniques. Those techniques can be while you're using a puppet, while you're using a clay, while you're using a drawing, while you're using a questioning or a general conversation, while you're doing a story. There are techniques by which we have to flow. So we just don't go wrong. We understand them and we deliver the message. The child psychology part of it will be talking about how do you know that your child is anxious? How will you know that your child is having a challenge? Or how do you know that your child is socially not being able to adapt or not being able to adjust? How will you know where the problems of your children lie? How will you bring it out from them? Children as young as 5 and 6, how will they express if there is parental disharmony or parental discord? What is really worrying them? So we think children don't worry, but children really worry a lot, because they have their own set of problems. They are going from a very protected environment out to a very, very open environment where they have to adjust to the world. And that adjustment doesn't come easily to everyone. Sometimes there are challenges in the classroom, there are challenges in learning, and a child is not able to understand why my 8 is not coming proper. There was one child who stopped sleeping, he would wake up every day at 2 in the night crying and saying, "Okay, I don't want to go to school." And this was a kindergarten child. "I don't want to go to school, I don't want to go to school." They couldn't figure out, why he wasn't go to school. And so the next time they brought him to me, and we did a mock session and we did a play therapy session, in which he clearly told me, "I don't want to go to school because the teacher says 8 rubbish, rubbish, and I don't like it." So I told the parent that he's having a math teacher who's telling him rubbish, rubbish. So they went to the school and they told the teacher. So she says, "No, I don't say rubbish. He writes 8 and he's not able to write 8. So I tell him, rub it, rub it." And he thinks I'm calling it rubbish, rubbish. So the parent comes back home and they try to get the child to write a figure 8, and the child cannot write it. And almost the moment the father drew 8 and told him, "Okay, now you are going to write it," the child started crying. He had become phobic of trying to write number 8 because he was neurologically not ready for that complex pattern. So that is how we understood that he is going to have a problem right now because of the fine motor skills not well developed, and we'll have to wait. So I told the parent that he's not ready right now for schooling. So just because everyone else is schooling, don't put him into this right now. Just give him a break. It's important for him to sleep. And the parents didn't send him to school for the next 6 to 8 months. I told them how to get him to write, how to take larger objects, how to take, materials which should be more child friendly. And finally, he would get over it. And one fine day, while playing with clay, he just made a snake and he converted it into 8, and he was so happy. And after he could do that, the parent didn't react and said, "This is nice." And then he started scribbling and doodling, and on his own he discovered. And one day he could just write 8, and he was so happy. After that, he himself said that he wants to go to school. So it was this one little incident which came out during a play therapy session. So this is how in the play therapy we are going to learn 8 different techniques of how to work with children, and what is the stance that a parent or a caregiver or should take while becoming a play therapist to children. We have to unlearn a lot. We have come from a space where we have learned so much, but while dealing in a play therapy session, there has to be a particular psychological stance you have to take. What is the stance you have to take, and how will you flow through these techniques? Let's say it's your own child. So maybe every Thursday evening you keep aside a toy kit, which I will tell you all to make, which is very simple daily stuff to put in. And that toy kit comes out only during the session. And then you start doing your session with the child, and it's a 40-minute session, and you will do only that much and nothing more. 8 sessions of play therapy will bring out, in fact, 2 sessions will bring out so much that the child will learn to express. Another thing that this generation, that we don't know about this generation, is the psychology of the generation Z. The children today are called as generation Z children. They are very, very, very different from any other generation. They are neurologically wired very differently. In many areas, they are more mature than we would want them to be, and in many areas, they are much more challenged than we would expect them to be. So that's what we need to know, the milestone developments of these children. There's something called as a secondary language delay. There's something called as a learning disability. There is something called as psychosomatic anxiety in children. So this is all what we'll be covering in the psychology part. And in the play therapy part, we'll be covering 8 different techniques of flowing with children and how you can take 8 sessions. So for anyone who's wanting to step into coaching or is wanting a switch of a career and is wanting to switch into coaching, this is an excellent beginning point. So another question that people always ask me is there a 1 year course on play therapy? Are there 2 year courses? There are, but they are meant for children. If you want to deal with autistic children, you want to deal with specially abled children. This particular course is not focusing on working with autistic children. This is focused on working with very mainstream children and building them up psychologically strong in a very systematic manner, helping them vent, helping them tell their troubles, helping them understand their troubles and the challenges that they face on a day to day basis. So, this is a course which I did from the International Play Therapy Association. And what I'm going to teach you all is what you all need to know to just get going. So, each one of you who takes up the course will be able to do 8 sessions and onwards. You all will get a handle over how to talk to a child, how to bring out information from them. If you look back, all of you, just look back in your own childhood. And if I take you back to your memories, what are the most beautiful times you spent with your parents? For 1 minute, just put yourself in a time machine, go back in a moment to the best time that you spent with your parent. And that time will invariably be a time when there was a compassionate connect, when there was warmth. It was not when your parent was teaching you, it was not when you got your best results. It was either an outing, it's either a play, it's either a moment of connect. So, how do you create these moments into children's lives? That's what a play therapy is going to teach you. And these moments that you all are going to create with children, whether you are a therapist, I have worked with children who, in class 4 who come back today and tell me, ma'am, what you did with me then, that file I still have with me. And that file gives me confidence even today. And believe me, this child is now 24. 20 years later, this is the feedback I'm getting. While I started doing the workshops 10 years ago, I've been working for 25 years in this field. So I think sometimes when I'm working with these children, I go back to I wish somebody told me this when I was young. I wish I could have looked at things this way when I was younger. I would have been such a different person. And so, also, when you all will do this session and you all will go through the process, even you all will realize that you wish you had this information, this knowledge, this kind of gentle hand holding, this kind of expression spaces when you all were younger. Your life would have been probably a different graph. So, it's all about creating connected moments. So I'm just trying to help maximum people reach out to maximum children and create beautiful learning moments for them. And that's what this course focuses on. On day one, we focus on psychology. On day two, we focus on techniques. So it's simple, it's not a rocket science, but it is definitely something from where you're going to carry home something that you need to add to the way you are handling children. And we are going to do a temperament test for children because children are born with neurological temperaments. So, what is the temperament of the child? If your child is displaying A kind of temperament and you are having B expectations, that's never going to match. And children display temperaments when they are very young, and those temperaments actually stay with them. So, instead of taking a piece of knowledge and putting it into your parenting practice, take a piece of child's brain, understand this is how my child is, and these are the expectations I can have from my child, and these are going to be my child's areas of challenge, and these are going to be this child's areas of excellence. So I need to address them in this particular manner. So it will begin with the temperament test, and then we go on to learning psychology. Then we will go on to profiling the test and calculate the scores and the test results. Then we will go on to learning the basics of psychology. Then we will go on to learning basics of technique. I have live recorded demos which I will show you all, and I will get you all to work amongst yourself because it's very important to once in a while travel into the head of the child. We never can do that. No matter how hard we try, you can't do it. So I'll get you to do that. I'll get you to travel to the head of the child. When the session is going on or when an adult is talking, what is it that the child feels like? I'll get you to travel to that delicate moment and see where the transformations happen. So that's why this course is a 8 to 10 hours program. And I'm sure you will carry back home a lot of enrichment. And that's my purpose also. I basically run this course only because I feel that, with children, if you catch them young, you made a difference in their life to come. When I'm doing adult counseling, we do so much of inner child work where we regress them back to their childhood and we make actually, amends for what was done then, or so many traumas that, as adults, people are carrying all the time of the childhood. I think if there's an informed parent, it's much better to give me a moment. Yeah. If there's an informed parent, it will be much more better that the children will have probably less trauma while growing up. So growing up it's not easy. It's not growing easy for any of us. It has never been easy for any of us. We've all gone through our challenges and so will our children go through. But how we can take away the impact and make it much more smoother, make their journey smoother, make the journey full of beautiful moments, change their behavior. So, for those who are aiming to be children coaches and children therapists, you're going to carry home a lot of techniques as to how you should conduct your session from point one to point Z. How are you going to go about the flow? What technique you should use with what child and for what problem? And if it's nothing, if there is no problem, then how you should enrich the child, then how you should make your child more aware, make your child more responsive, make your child more narrative, and open the emotional layer up. This is the goal of this workshop. And we can now, this is happening on 12th and 13th, which is a Saturday, Sunday. It's happening from 1 to 4, might go a little longer, so keep a half an hour gap with you all. And if you all have questions, we'll be taking questions in a bit. The charges are 4,500. If paid within the next 2 days, it is 4,000. Otherwise, it's 4,500. And this is all the details that I have with me. I do this course very often, and every time we do have 15 to 20 participants with us. And yeah, that's all about. I'm very passionate about this course. I love teaching this, and I'm sure after you all go through this course, you all are going to want to work with children. So these are primarily, apart from this, I teach metaphor therapy, which also is very helpful with children, but that's meant for if you want to be a coach, if you want to shift your career from where you are to a coaching career, you want to be a holistic coach, then metaphor therapy is a very, very big, excellent beginning. So all of those who are here, can you all do me a favor? Can you all just message on the thread I attended so that we'll know who you all are, because on the thread we don't come to know who's who. So just message me from your phone saying on the thread saying I attended. It would be really very helpful for us to know all of you. Can we do that, please?
Attended a previous
No, I
program.
attended the meeting. That's it. I attended. That's it. That's all that I want to know, so that I basically know who's there. Yeah, thanks, Ankit. But before you go, Ankit, can you please message us that saying that I attended the meeting today? That would be really great for me. No, not here, Alifia, on the phone group. Shruti, on the phone group, please, where I have sent the link on that. I'm waiting. Only 4 or 5 people have responded, and we are 18 here. It would be really great. Right. So now we're ready to take questions as well. So if there are questions, please bring them up. You can put them in the chat. You can put them here. You can discuss them here.
Ma'am, will the recording of the sessions be available?
Yes, some of the recordings I'll make available, the ones that are important. Otherwise, it's a practice technique based. Some recordings are not going to be of use to you because, it's other people talking about themselves.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
wherever we are using a technique, I'll make it available.
Okay.
Ma'am, a query.
Yeah.
I found the metaphor therapy really, really very powerful. I shared some of the
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Karen, for that. Yeah.
absolutely impact, very, very effective and impacting. My query was, I have always worked with adolescents and above. So will I, will the transition to a playgroup child?
No, you don't need a special skill set. You don't need a special.
I don't need that.
No.
I will be
This,
able to.
you will be able to take clients. Just as I told you all, after
I-
metaphor therapy, you can take clients and you've done it and you know it.
So I asked you because you know me by now. So I said you will have
No,
some idea.
you won't have difficulty transitioning.
Will do. Thank you.
Okay?
Ma'am.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, Kirti, you were saying that, we get to know their temperament and everything, and kids are very different. Also, the current scenario, keeping COVID in mind, so I have this major worry that her social interaction or meeting up with new people is going to be a little different than what would be for my elder daughter. Uh, if there is a lack, will that also be identified, and will I be able to work
Yes,
on
you
it?
will be able to work on it. And one thing we have to understand, COVID is going to put us all in hibernation. But as we come out, the first people to adapt will be children because they are very adaptable. They're very adaptable. Yeah. Any more questions, guys?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
I want to ask whether every session is about 40 minutes or it will vary according to client's needs.
Generally, children don't last very long. But if the child wants to continue the session, you can.
Okay. So ma'am, but अगर मतलब the child मतलब अगर session 2 hours या फिर 3 hours तक पहुंच जाए तो फिर
No. You have
ऐसा
to
नहीं होता
learn.
है।
You have to learn to draw boundaries. Special children, in the sense, it will work on learning disability children, but not on autistic children. What's the difference between special educator and remedial teacher? What are their roles? Okay, the special educator basically will also have capacity to work with the autistic and Down syndrome children, but a remedial person will work only with learning disability children. These are the two differences.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
My name is Sakshi.
Yes,
So I think they're all psychologists here. I don't have any psychology
you
background.
don't even need it.
Why I'm interested is I have a 2-year-old and I'm really keen to understand how to raise an emotionally like high EQ child, because I know that I have kind of struggled while growing up because of the anxiety and other issues. So I just don't want my child to face that. So is this
Sakshi,
workshop
will
apt
help
for
you.
that?
It will help you big time. It will give you huge insight. You will get insights, and in years to come, you will be able to see how you are going to raise your daughter or your son up beautifully. Very insightful. In fact, I am of the opinion every parent who has a children, sometimes I think of, even tying up with the gynax, because I think it is so important. This information and knowledge is so crucial to all caregivers to children, that we can avoid a lot of trauma. We can raise beautiful moments. We can create beautiful memories for the children. Any more questions, guys?
Ma'am, hello.
Yes,
My name
Nehal.
is Mendel. Yeah. My son is 12 years old and going through a miss right now is facing that puberty and some issues. Will it be
Okay.
helpful to him also?
You can talk to him in a particular way. Yes,
No,
you
but this
can.
workshop will help him also.
It will help you to help him,
Okay, fine. Right,
Okay.
right. Oh,
not him directly.
right.
All right. So thank you. If there are no more questions, we call it a day. And I hope to see most of you at the workshop.
Yes. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, ma'am.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a great
Thank you,
time.
ma'am.
Welcome.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
Night.
Thank you, ma'am.